love. My thanks to Noise and Grange for putting this together. It's going to be one of the most memorable shows for me and my band. I'm sure for everyone that's there and for all of you. Again, thank you so much. Chennai தான் என்னோட ஹோம். இங்கே தான் நான் சென்னையில் பிறந்தேன். I grew up in the US, but I always feel like my roots are here. In the city has accepted me, given me so much love, so this show is our way to give back to the people of Chennai. We can't wait, and it's going to be full of music, love, and great energy.
Questions?
35 songs. Languages will span all my languages, mostly Tamil, lots of Telugu, some Malayalam songs I've sung, maybe 1 or 2 Hindi songs, but mostly Tamil, Telugu, and then those few Malayalam songs. Now I've also done a lot of compositions in English, so we'll throw in a couple of those, so it'll span.
ஏதாவது ஹைலைட்ஸ் இருக்கா? அவங்க கூட வேறு யாரும் பாடுறாங்க?
We're planning now, so everyone will see when the show happens.
Sir, senior singers யாராவது உங்க கூட பாட போறாங்களா?
அது தெரியல. No, we're just in the process of conceptualizing the show. Possibly, hopefully, maybe that'll be nice.
Okay, இதுல வந்து உங்க பாடல்கள் மட்டும் பாட போறீங்களா இல்ல மற்ற இசையமைப்பாளர்கள் இசையமைத்த பாடல்கள் எல்லாம் பாட போறீங்களா?
இல்ல, வேற சாங்ஸ்லாம் இருக்கும். So என்னோட shows பாத்தீங்கன்னா it'll have my songs I've sung for film, and besides that எனக்கு என்ன songs நிறைய பிடிச்சிருக்குன்னு like நிலா காய்கிறது we sing a lot. Lots of AR songs from the 90s are some of my favorite songs, so அது mostly இருக்கும். And we'll try some new things as well. Couple songs we've never performed before will also premiere here on the base.
ஓகே, பொதுவா இது போன்ற நிகழ்ச்சிகள்லாம் வந்து வெளிநாட்டு கலைஞர்களுக்கு வந்து அதிகமான வாய்ப்புகள் தருவாங்க. நீங்க எப்படி, அதாவது மியூசிஷியன் சைடுல?
Musician sideல என்னோட பேண்ட் செட் I perform with the same band every time. 2016ல இருந்து இந்த ஒரே பேண்ட் தான். So they're like my brothers, they're like my family, and we perform together, so we have that chemistry on stage together. So it'll be the same band as always.
ஸோ இந்த February 14 லவர்ஸ் டே, அதுக்கு முன்னால் இந்த ஃபங்க்ஷன் நடத்துறீங்களா? காதலர்களுக்குலாம் ஏதாவது சிறப்பு தள்ளுபடி எதுவும் உண்டா டிக்கெட்டில்?
இல்லை, அதில் இன்னொரு கொஸ்டின் ஆட் பண்ணுங்க. அங்கே நீங்கள் யாரோ ப்ரப்போஸ் பண்ணுற பிளான் அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது இருக்கா? அதை கூட கேட்டுக்கோங்க.
Full show music focus தான், அவ்வளோதான். And also full band members-லாம் சென்னை தான். They're from here, my brothers from here, like myself.
ஓகே, நீங்க இப்ப சமீப காலமா வந்து நாட்டுப்புற கலைஞர்கள்லாம் குரல் கொடுத்துட்டு வரீங்க. இந்த இப்ப பாட போற நிகழ்ச்சியில அவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது வாய்ப்புகள் கொடுக்க போறீங்களா? அந்த மாதிரி பாடல்கள்லாம் பாட இருக்கிறீங்களா?
Definitely. Again, who we're going to bring on stage, who else will be there with me, we're still deciding, but it will definitely highlight that as well.
எங்களுக்காக ஒரு பாட்டு இங்கே ஒன்று 2-3 லைன்
சொல்லலாம்.
இங்கே கிடையாதா?
ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு
மறுவார்த்தை பேசாதே, மடி மீது நீ தூங்கிடு, இமை போல நான் காக்க கனவாய் நீ மாறிடு, மயில் தோகை போலே விரலுன்னை வருடும், மனப்பாடமாய் உரையாடல் நிகழும், விழிநீரும் வீணாக இமை தாண்ட கூடாதன துளியாக நான் சேர்த்தேன், கடலாக கண்ணானதே, மறந்தாலும் நான் உன்னை நினைக்காத நாளில்லையே, பிரிந்தாலும் என் அன்பு ஒரு போதும் பொய்யில்லையே.
தேங்க்யூ.
தேங்க்யூ.
மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் வரீங்க நாளைக்கு முடிவு சாருது, அந்த சாங் வந்து கச்சேரியில் இருக்கும்?
டெஃபினட்டாக இருக்கும். ஒரு I don't know which songs, but we're going to definitely include some of those songs from that album. Very excited. Tomorrow, Vanam Kottattum album is coming out, so my first debut as a music composer. On the time lay, this show is happening, so it feels like many blessings are happening at one time, so we'll definitely perform a few of those songs as well. Amma. Shri Satyanarayanam Upasmahe Nityam Shri विष्णुमयं
Super, sir.
Thank you.
See, you started as an independent musician.
Yeah.
So every independent musician wanted a love from people. So you're doing a lot of stage shows. How do you feel now about response from the audience? Because a lot of people fall in love with you.
It's a blessing. I started releasing music in 2009 through YouTube. I was in college, so I was making music in my dorm room in Boston. And when I was doing that, I was just doing it because I loved the music and I wanted to get my voice out. So in the journey, I never actually, it's surpassed my dreams. And to be able to have the love of the fans to perform in front of thousands of people, and it's beautiful. And one thing I'll say is, even to this day, that same love, that same passion for music that was there when I was a college student in the dorm room, it's still there now. It's only grown. So it's a blessing. I'm humbled, and I'll also say, even though I've been in the industry now for 8 years, it still feels like it's just the beginning. There's so much more that's to come.
இந்த வாய்ஸ்க்கு நிறைய பேர் இந்த மாதிரி சித்சிராம் வருங்காங்க, இந்த மாதிரி வாய்ஸ்னாங்க. இந்த வாய்ஸ் வர்றதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்? நிறைய பாடகர்கள் இருக்காங்க, நிறைய டிவியில் பாடிட்டு இருக்காங்க. டிப்ஸாக சொல்லுங்க என்ன?
நான் முன்னாலே சொன்னேன், இந்த என்னோட வாய்ஸ்க்கு நான் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி எடுத்துக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா that's something that you're born with. So I don't say I can't take responsibility for the voice itself, but for upcoming singers, aspiring musicians, two things I'll say. The biggest thing first is hard work. To this day, I practice Carnatic music for about 2.5 hours every day, as long as I'm not traveling. And that's not to say everyone has to sing only Carnatic music, but practice whatever your mode of music training is. Practice every day. That's the biggest thing. Nothing replaces that. Second is, don't chase fame. Just chase excellence. Just 2012 அடியே வந்தது எனக்கு. அதுக்கப்புறம் 2014 என்னோட இருந்தால் both songs I got to sing for my guru Rahman sir. But அதுக்கப்புறமே there was not many songs happening. It was just kind of slow-ஆ போயிட்டு இருந்தது. அந்த டைமில் நான் என்ன பண்ணேன்னா, I just made sure every day I practiced, every day I made music, I was composing every day, I was dedicating myself to my craft. And because I fell in love with the process of singing, with practicing, with making music, then things started clicking for me. So fall in love with the music, not with the fame, or don't idealize the fame. Idealize wanting to become the best musician you can be. That's 2. And then 3, don't try to be like other people. Don't imitate others. Find your own voice, find your own vision, and go after that with a fiery passion. I think these 3 things, any young or old upcoming musician, there's no age. You can be 50 and still decide you want to sing or whatever. So whatever the age it is, if you're starting off, just these 3 things is what I would say.
That's it.
Where are we? Yeah.
ஸோ ரஹ்மான் சார் வந்து நிறைய இம்ப்ரோவைஸ் பண்ண அலோவ் பண்ணுவாங்க சிங்கர்ஸை. இப்போ ராஜா சார் கூட நீங்கள் சைக்கோ சாங் பண்ணியிருந்தீங்க. ஸோ அதில் வந்து அவர் பர்டிகுலராக அந்த டியூனில் நீங்கள் கரெக்டாக பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி டிமாண்ட் பண்ணுவாருங்கிற மாதிரி நிறைய சிங்கர்ஸ் சொல்லியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ ஹவுஸ் த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஒர்க்கிங் வித் ராஜா சார்? ஒரு
கரெக்ஷன் இல்லை, ரஹ்மான் சார் இம்ப்ரோவைஸ் இல்லை.
ஓகே,
அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவார்னா, he knows exactly what he needs, so he'll give you different ideas to try. So அந்த விதத்தில் ரெக்கார்டிங் பண்ணுறச்ச it won't be a set, this is it. He'll have different ideas. நாங்கள் போச்சா நான் இதை ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன் சார், அதெல்லாம் no chance. He is at the top of the mountain, I'm climbing the mountain. So that's what he will say. Because he is letting this composition evolve in the studio. He has a multitude of ideas. So these are all ideas coming from A.R. sir, not coming from the singer ever, including myself. That's one correction. 2, with Raja sir, he knows exactly, instead of letting it evolve in the recording, he's already envisioned every last detail of the song. So that is set before the recording starts, and then we record it. So in that way it's different. But in the specificity of what each of these legends want, that's the same. They know exactly what they want, and they have their different processes of getting it. That's the only difference.
2 lines from One and Energy, please.
I'll do it at the end. We'll just finish the question. Yeah, I want to make sure I get the lyrics right. So
so like நீங்க பாடுற almost 99% of songs எல்லாமே பெரிய chart buster ஆயிடுது. So like when you get into a recording for a new song, does this add some burden of responsibility or extra pressure to live up to your own benchmark?
No, I don't think so. Every song is different. And they're isolated experiences that are not related to the previous song at all. I try not to. I don't even really check like charts and stuff anymore now. Maybe like 2-3 years ago I did, but now I never want to get caught up in my own hype, so I try to ignore all that stuff, because the minute that happens, then I'll start having that pressure you're talking about. So it's just every song is a new experience. Every song is its own world, and the composer has their vision for the song. So the only thing I think about when I go into a recording is, what does the composer expect of me? How can I give my heart and my own DNA to this song to give it my life? So in that way, and I don't think perform panacha, compose panacha, I don't think about anything. I try to turn my mind off, so I'm blank and I'm just as present in that moment as possible. The minute I start thinking about, oh, is this song gonna do well? Will this be as big as my last song? Then the magic leaves the room, because music is not from here; it's from elsewhere. So I try just to keep my mind shut and let the music just channel through me and do what it has to do.
One more, like உங்களோட சாங்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாம் அந்த மெலோடி ஆர் கொஞ்சம் வெஸ்டர்ன் டச்சில் இருக்கிற சாங்ஸாக நிறையா வந்துருக்கு. லைக் இந்த மாதிரி லோக்கல் ஃபோக் குத்து அந்த மாதிரி ஜானர்ஸ்லாமும் லைக் do you have that instinct to?
Yeah, one of the songs I sang for Raja sir from Tamil Rasan, Vijay Antony's movie, is a folk song. It's my first one, I think, and I love the way that song sounds. So I think there'll be more.
Hi Sid, you are a singer and now a music director.
Yes.
Any plans to act in movies?
No, not right now. No, I don't think so. I've kind of dedicated my life to music. He's saying
favorite singer yaruga?
Rahman sir.
Singer.
Rahman sir. Yeah, his voice is a gift to the universe. Yeah, I don't know. I won't say never, but I'm also not really a good actor. Cameras make me a little nervous. So I say that as there's all these cameras here. But no, not for now. Right now, music and only music. இப்போ தான் நான் மியூசிக் directionல வந்திருக்கேன். So அதுலேயும் கொஞ்சம் டைம் போச்சுன்னா, maybe 5 years from now, if you ask me the question, I can give you a better answer.
ஸோ இண்டிபெண்டன்ட் மியூசிக் ஆல்பம்ஸ், வீடியோஸ் அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுறதுக்கான இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கு?
நிறையா பண்ணியிருக்கேன் already. So just beginning of this year, I released my first self-produced full-length album. It was all in English. The next one I'm working on will be multilingual. Will be in Tamil and English as well. So yeah, that's like he asked in the beginning. That's how my career started. So and I think the demand for different kinds of music. If you look at Vanam Kottatum songs itself, the sound of the album is very different than what you hear right now. And I think that's going to be my role in this industry as a music director, to offer a new perspective. So I'm taking the same kind of spirit and essence that I felt when I make the independent music, and I'm breathing that into the cinema side. And yeah, that's what I want to be able to do.
உங்களுக்கு தமிழ் வார்த்தைகள் ஏதாவது டவுட்னா ஃபஸ்ட்டு யாருக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி அந்த டவுட்டை கிளியர் பண்ணுவீங்க?
அம்மா
தான்.
My mom. That's why I ask.
சார் ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல்லாக ஒரு ஃபோக் ஆல்பம் பண்ணுறதுக்கான ஐடியாஸ் ஏதாவது இருக்கா சார்?
Until now இல்லை, பட் நீங்கள் சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் maybe try பண்ணலாம். It's not a bad idea. Sure, I'd love to. I'm always open to everything. I love all forms of music. I think as a musician, singer, and a creative person, the creative drive, constant pursuit, always trying to push boundaries, always trying something new. This being a music director itself, it came at a time for me when I felt like I needed something new in my life, something to push my boundaries, something to really kind of push my own limits. So I'm always trying to do that. I never want to get too comfortable. So yeah, sure, maybe sometime in the near future.
Music instrument.
In the show, the pair all or no hit on the Siddha vechadu. So if you want to ask him why did he keep it, I think that would be a right question for him.
I can answer that. So I think நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லேயே சொன்னேன் இப்போ the world is in an interesting place. The whole world is in an interesting place. I think there's a lot of divisive energies and firstly சொன்ன மாதிரி I think music is the strongest, most powerful tool to spread love, because music now ஒரு energy form that sonic energy. It's a form that I think can shake people on a very subconscious level, beyond words just spoken, beyond many other actions. Music can molecularly kind of change the way people think and feel. நான் டிரெக்டாகவே அந்த எஃபெக்ட் பார்த்துருக்கேன். I've seen when I do a show, I've seen the way other people's music impacts me. ரமான் சாரோட ஒரு பாட்டு கோக் ஸ்டுடியோவில் வந்தது. It's called நான் ஏன் பிறந்தேன். That song, even to this day, if I hear it like 2 lines in, I'll start crying. And that's the kind of power music has. About 2 years ago, after every Instagram, Facebook, Twitter post, and the all love no hate, I started putting it as a tagline, because I felt like, for me personally, I wanted to remove any feelings of hatred, any feelings of jealousy, these normal human things that everyone feels, these tendencies, from my own heart. So it was a way of self-cleansing. So on the process simultaneously, the fan base started really growing. So then they started seeing me use this, and they also started using it. And I saw that the phrase itself had a very positive impact, and it was a way for people to remember to choose love instead of hate. It sounds cliche and it sounds a bit a bit cliche, but I think it's very true. It's a simple decision one can make to choose love instead of hate. So this is my first time doing a larger scale show here in Chennai, and my goal is to spread as much love and to create a really, really positive space with the people of this beautiful city. And that's really the goal with this first of Feb 8th show, and then the whole South India tour. And I can't wait, because when you do that, you feel like you're actually changing the way the world moves, and that's the goal.
And Sid, like here, and Telugulayum padina இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக நீங்கள் பாடின பாடின அளவைக்குந்தப்புறம் பாடினா like it's a sensational chat buster, maximum views, likes. So அங்கே எப்படி like how's your comfort level with Telugu diction, pronunciation and all that?
Well, Telugu is not my first or my second language, but I think the language is very beautiful. So it's something I'm constantly working on. With Samajavaragama, I was very happy, obviously, with the response. Obviously, it's just a great feeling, so to get the love of the Telugu speaking audiences and to get their support is very heartening. And the pronunciation is something I'm constantly working on, but my background is in Carnatic music, and most Jagraj Akritis, or a lot of them, are in Telugu, so I grew up singing. So the pronunciation, or like the phonetics, is not too foreign to me, but I'm always trying to improve in every area, musically, singing wise, pronunciation wise. So that's something that's also a constant work in progress.
Hi Sid, you're from the US. Any plans?
Illa Chennai la.
Okay.
I'm from Chennai. I grew up in the US, but I'm from here.
From here. So you grew up there. Any plans to record music and eventually win a Grammy award?
I mean, that's if it's in God's plan, sure. I'm gonna keep recording music, and my next album, like I said, will be in English, will be in multiple languages. There'll also be Tamil in it. But to get that kind of recognition from something like the Grammys would be great. But one thing I've learned is not to chase awards. I'd rather make an album that is super impactful, that is really embraced by people all around the world. And as a byproduct of that, if something like the Grammys happens, then amazing. So I won't say it's a goal to get a Grammy. It's a goal to make an album that I can really get behind and feel super proud of. And if acclaim comes from that, then I'm obviously going to be happy.
ஸ்ரீராம் சார், இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆட்கள் வருவாங்க, ஒரு லவர்ஸ் வருவாங்க, அப்பா அம்மா வருவாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு எந்த மாதிரி பாட்டு நீங்கள் பாடுவீங்க?
ஸோ எனக்கு ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டான பாட்டெலாம் அமைஞ்சிருக்கு கரியரில். ஸோ யூ டேக் அ மறுவார்த்தை, which is a love song, then you have கண்ணான கண்ணே, which is father and daughter, Kurumba, father and son, then just these different kind of emotions. So we'll perform all of those. And what I think I love about my shows and about the way me and my band perform is we don't really anyone can come and enjoy it. It's definitely for any age group, from a little 4 or 5 year old to the oldest person, and they can have fun. And the shows, the biggest thing we do is we make sure that we perform without apology. We perform without any inhibitions. So if we do that, then automatically the audience also feels like they can get up and dance and move and clap. And again, from the youngest to a 19-year-old teenager who wants to be cool, to a 70-year-old elder person who just wants to come and have a good time and move about. There's no it's just a very pure energy that gets formed in these shows, and that's what I love most about them.
சார் ஏஆர் ரஹ்மான் சார் வந்து உங்க குரு ஏஆர் ரஹ்மான் சார் வந்து இசையமைக்கிறது எல்லாமே நைட்ல தான். நீங்க எப்படி சார்?
Actually, that's not completely true. அவர் ஃபுல் டேவும் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. பள்ளி போகாததுன்னா full. I started at 10 a.m. We finished by 6 p.m. So it's not all the way true. I create at whatever point. Whenever the inspiration hits, we create. That's all. So
எதுக்காக நைட் டைம் சூஸ் பண்றாங்க?
அதான் நான் சொன்னேன், நைட் டைம் மட்டும் இல்லை, anytime he feels like making music.
வந்துட்டு இல்ல பொதுவாவே அவர் நிறைய வந்து நைட் டைம்ல தான்
அது நிறைய பேர் சொல்றாங்க. அது ஃபுல்லா I don't know. அதான் நான் சொல்றேன், the biggest song I sung for ASR was done during the daytime. Macho was also done around 4 p.m. So it's, but maybe each creative person has their preference of when they feel like they can really channel, so
நீங்க எப்படி பண்ண போறீங்க? பண்ணிருக்கீங்க?
It's been a different thing. Sometimes some of the songs I've done, this Kannu Thangam song, which was the first single, that I did during the daytime, and that kind of came together over a few days. Then one of the songs, Vinu Win, which just released 2 days ago, that was done mostly in the night. I composed it in the evening time, and then we finished it by, let's say, like 3-4 a.m. So we work through the night. So again, I don't really say this is the time I like to. Some days I wake up and first thing in the morning I feel like going to the studio and making music. Other days, daytime la onnume varadu, ideas la onnume varadu. Night time la suddenly something will come and we'll just go for it. So it just depends on when the inspiration hits.
அப்ப இசைக்கு உகந்த நேரம் இரவுதானா?
I can't say. I think it's any time.
Sid, apart from recordings, what deterres to you performing on the stage personally, or what do you feel inside when you're performing on the stage?
When I perform on stage, again, my mind is off. I'm just in another zone, kind of. It feels like another energy from elsewhere has come, and I'm just channeling that. And there's an interaction between me and my band members where we'll all like look at each other, and there'll be this intensity where we're all sharing in this collective joy, and that joy goes out to the audience. So I don't really think about anything. I'm just trying to, like I said, be empty. It's almost like a form of meditation.